You need a logical person's honest feedback. So you ask them one simple question, and in 1 second, you've lost their respect. And it's all because of a single word. And that word is probably not the one you think of. I'm Mihna, and welcome back. The mistake that most people make when they are communicating with a logical, data driven person isn't about what they say, it's about the structure they provide the information. And in this video, I'm going to give you a complete playbook for communicating with the thinker in your life or the thinker inside you. I'm going to give you a 3-part playbook. First, I'll give you a 3-step protocol for getting the exact input you need to actually do your best work. Second, I'll give you a 2-step method for delivering your best output so your analysis is actually heard. And finally, I'll give you a 3-part personal framework for self-management so you can stay in control even when you're surrounded by chaos. Let's start with the input. When someone brings you into a project, they need to provide the information the way your brain is built to receive it. And if you're given a vague emotional vision, which can be a really good vision, don't get me wrong, your mind stalls while it's trying to build a logical framework around it. This is the exact problem I had in the ECU project I mentioned before. My managers kept giving me shifting high-level goals without the data or constraints. It was really good vision, but no structure. I couldn't just build a competent plan. My brain flagged the whole project as chaotic and high risk. I think I spent more time trying to decode what they were telling me than actually doing the work. In order to avoid this, here is a 3-step protocol for the input you need. Number 1 is the goal. Start with the goal, and it must be specific, not like a random generic statement, improve the system. But write something or agree on something, reduce the memory usage of the software by 10%. This is a specific goal. Number 2, data. Provide the data. You need it all. Test report, spreadsheet, technical specification. You need all the raw materials to do your thinking. And number 3 is the constraints. You need to define constraints. What is the budget? What is the deadline? What are the absolute must-haves and nice-to-have? And this will literally create a box around everything where you can actually start to do your logical thinking. Goals, data, constraints. That's the input you need. Now let's flip it. How do you get your best ideas out? Your strength is objective analysis, as we said earlier. So you need to be asked the right questions in order to tap into this strength. The worst question someone can ask you is, how do you feel about this plan? That word feel for you is a red flag. It's asking for an emotional judgment, which isn't the primary way you process the world. You'll likely translate it anyway back into a logical question in your head, but this will create a slight delay, maybe even create some slight sense of distress. You're left wondering, why are you asking me about feelings when we're here to talk about facts? So the output protocol for you, it has 2 simple steps. Number 1, the question should be, what do you think about this plan? Or based on the data, what is your analysis? This is a direct request for your superpower, logical thinking. And the second part is, this strategy is crucial for getting your best work. It's giving you space to think. Because your superpower is logical analysis, you rarely have a fully formed opinion instantly, right? I doubt most of us have it. Forcing an immediate answer goes against the entire process. The best thing someone can say is, take a look at this and let's discuss it tomorrow morning. That space respects your process and is where you do your best thinking. All of this is great in a perfect world. You and I both know you can't just hand your manager a manual and how to talk with you, right? So the most important part of this is how you, a logical person, manage your own needs when you're surrounded by chaos. And it's basically how to protect yourself. This comes down to 3 proactive steps. Number 1, you have to learn to ask the input you need. Instead of getting frustrated with vague instructions, turn it into a request that shows your competences. When you're giving a confusing goal, you can say, this is a great starting point. To make sure I build a solid plan, could we spend 5 minutes together defining the specific success metrics and some hard constraints? You're not complaining in this case, you're actually taking control. Number two, you have to translate incoming questions. When someone asks you, how do you feel about this? Try as much as possible not to get stuck on that word. Silently translate it for yourself in your own head. They are asking for my logical analysis. Then answer the question. You can even say it out loud. Well, my analysis of the data and based on the information provided, those are the pros and cons. You're meeting them halfway, but this time is in your own terms. And third one, and the most important in my opinion, recognize your own distress signals. That feeling of frustration when the plan is chaotic, that is a notification from your brain saying, hey, my psychological need for structure is not being met. When you feel it, don't push it away. Stop for a second and ask yourself the one question that can fix it. What is the single piece of information I need right now in order to restore order? Then go and ask for it. And this is how you protect your own competence and your own peace in the end. There it is, a complete playbook for you. A protocol for your input, goals, data, and constraints, a protocol for your output, ask what do you think, and get the time you need. And most importantly, I think it's the self-management protocol to help you keep everything under control. This isn't about necessarily communicating better, it's more about building an environment where your competence can thrive. And I want to turn this question over to you. If you see the thinker in yourself, what would be the number one piece of advice you would want to give to someone in order for them to work best with you? Let me know down in the comments. I want to ask you this next. What do you think happens when the person you're talking to doesn't care about data at all? They care about one thing and one thing only, which is conviction. In the next video, we're diving into the persister and their core need. It's something that most people get completely wrong. Thanks a lot for watching. I'm looking forward to reading your thoughts, and I hope to see you into the next one. Cheers.